fielding not many frags and not many rounds for FURIA on their T half. That's where they're starting on their map pick. They better start cooking.
Well, here we go. An upper play looking likely here from the Brazilians. Molotovs down, flashbangs deployed. They love jumping down those vents, and 3 players made it down successfully, but Buzz 1 step ahead of the curve. He is ready and waiting down towards lower.
Starting B, that's sweaty as Buzz ready to dish out some death. He's hit his first headshot, but fallen trades. Triple ramp on the retake, and a late secret control for Device. With no kit in this round, Astralis are on the clock.
It's actually looking pretty good here for the Brazilians. Used all their utility, and it's going to be the retake from the ramp. No kit available, but a bit of utility. We're going to see the first headshot coming from Device there. It's from Secret, but now they're locked out towards that round. The backstab's coming through as well, but they're finding the frags. Back and forth we go. 3 versus 2. Cello willing to fight here at the ramp itself.
Yeah, I like that dip into dark. Just by time. The clock is expiring, and Astralis have no chance in this round, and they've surely realized that by now. They're here for the glory and the kills, but for nothing else. Cello executes Borup, and that's FURIA with a pistol round.
That's pretty impressive, getting 3 players down the vents on a pistol. That is pretty difficult, but it does make sense. Obviously, usually we're going against lots of utility, a spam from the M4. So on the pistol round, it's the best opportunity to try and get multiple numbers down there. So well done to FURIA. Pretty simple post-plant situation for them.
I like the tempo coming out of FURIA in a pistol round like this. You want to play fast, you want to make sure Astralis are not feeling comfortable. Even though Boss were in the right position, getting more than 1 kill from that position seemed unlikely. And then, fact of the matter is, it felt like FURIA had a follow-up plan to when they got the bomb down, got to smoke off left side of ramp, push up close to it, and as you said, Astralis never even attempted a retake within time to defuse the bomb. So, very well played by FURIA from start to finish.
Yes, indeed. Well, the force buy to deal with here in round number 2. The FAMASs are out. Device and blameF with the rifles here. The tag team duo have been performing very well in this tournament against Gamer Legion. They ran away with the stats. And
was it 88% that one of their opening kills?
I think so, yeah. It was something bizarre like that.
Wow. Oh, that's one list.
87%.
Yeah, don't add that one to the tally, unfortunately. 5 on 4, and the pace continues here, Jacob. We've got the launching themselves up and towards the heaven area at 1 minute 20. This is very fast.
I like it. I think that's the way for FURIA to do it. Don't overcomplicate things. Don't overthink things. Just be waiting for it.
Just go with the flow. Feel the rhythm. And Borup, though, this is a very difficult shot from the CT vent. Desert Eagle, you do well to get one. We'll see if they preempt his position. He's got his teammate towards the T vent as well. That's going to be Staehr. Flashbangs come through, and as I said, very difficult to find anything here. Oh! Does get one in the end. We'll give it to him. I don't think it will have a knock-on effect on the round, but still impressive.
That is a nice flick up after some panic shots to Cello. Buzz is looking for that FAMAS, and maybe they could save both of them. Alternatively, Buzz has a flash, can throw it below heaven if he can get into main, and pop Device out. This would be a very late attempt, though, with no kit for Astralis. They're keeping their eyes on it. Finger to the pulse, see if anything's given up. But with some spam from Buzz, that might just signal the end of the round here.
I think you might be right there. They opt to save the 2 purchase rifles. Makes sense. They've got Kevlar behind that as well. They'll get another go it in the follow-up round. Buzz can also drop a Desert Eagle, just to note that as well. So it won't be too weak going forward. It's still going to be quite potent. FURIA will have to be careful. They lose 2 players here, but the round is confirmed. They'll start to exit now. We'll see if there's any further frags to speak of. Buzz waiting. He's in a pretty prime position, but they're being very conservative here, holding towards the lobby itself, not pushing it towards T-Spawn, knowing they could be ready and waiting. Device will investigate towards the end, and I can confirm that he survives the round. So, like I said, Buzz can drop the Desert Eagle, and we'll see if FURIA want to continue with this fast-paced gameplay. We haven't seen much towards the ramp yet. Maybe want to keep continuing this Wolfpack mentality, pushing together and overwhelming the bomb site.
I think that's the keyword for me, the Wolfpack mentality. Stay together, play fast, you know, just try to trade your way out of the problems. We did get to see an overpass that when we get into a 4v4, a 3v3 drawn out scenario, FURIA had no idea what to do, how to handle it. So if you can simplify the game by just playing, you know, rather simple CS Wolfpack mentality, I think that's a way into the game for FURIA.
And you need these sort of novel ideas to try and make these round works. The boosted player Device taken down, though. Yuri 1 step ahead of the curve. We'll find another early 5 versus 4 here, and he actually continues some pace as well, down towards Secret. Good flashbangs, blameF, calm recover, and now they can really pump the brakes. You know a reaction has to come through. They're on the back foot financially and now positionally as well, spread very thin due to that outside frag. It's down to Buzz to try and push back with a little bit of pressure here towards Trophy.
FAMAS spotted, so maybe they want to reroute, but he might give them a way in. Huge kill, should force the A split. Blame could get another kill from back garage as Yuri has to come in through main. He's in no hurry right now. But FURIA, the best option is A, and I say that as Buzz drops in to stack the site. This is a great reposition for Astralis. If FURIA walk into this, they could be in big trouble. Yuri's heard those footsteps, though. a fourth rotation as blame makes his move, and they can wait for this. Don't go too soon.
It looks like it should be under control here. Buzz is incredibly low, down to 14 points of health.
Did
40
they work
seconds
out
remaining.
That's a ramp player though. Oh, now they know.
Yeah, now they know.
Just walks into that one.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. We'll see if there's anything left to be said here in round number 3. Astralis starting to fade away. They have got a player with the rifle in hand towards the bomb side floor. That's going to be blameF, his teammate above him. Does find that key frag, but obviously gives him a position as well. They're going to start swarming him, and should be all she wrote for blameF. And indeed, he's taken down 3-0 confirmed. But bear in mind, that wasn't a forced buy. Those were the saved for masses. As we enter round number 4, this will be the first real buy now. And Device has the option to bring out the AWP, and he's an absolute master of it on Nuke. But it would be compromised. He would have no Kevlar, and he's confirmed that purchase indeed. So glass cannon for Mr. Staehr.
Let's see how strong FURIA can start in this T side. Of all the maps, you know, their form has been waning recently, but of all the maps, Nuke has been well. They've actually got a couple of legit wins on.
Yeah.
You mentioned that NIP game earlier in the tournament, Jacob, in a 2-0 for FURIA. But they also beat Monty online in Pinnacle Cup. Not awful, and Na'Vi, they got one map off of them. It wasn't
Online CS is like the toughest arena you can ever enter.
Yeah,
so the fact they're getting those
well.
wins, yeah, not bad.
Even beating the new Na'Vi, so it's, you know, they're not shameful wins. They are by far the best wins FURIA have had in the last 3 months. So
absolutely,
let's give them that. See if they can start strong, take a gun round, go 5-0 up on the T side. That could be a sigh of relief. But Device is waiting.
Bear in mind, no Kevlar, incredibly squishy here, so a nice defensive position, playing towards the back of the ramp, hoping he won't get sprayed through a smoke, and they're going to be challenging this area, so we'll see who comes out on top. Device now with no utility, no backup, with it all to play for. He can just find one kill and drop. That would be more than what he needs right now. There it is.
Nice.
Wants to stay for a bit more. I like it. It's not required. We'll see what he can make of it.
Oh, he's got them trapped in the corner now. Device, that's somehow a miss, and Fallen repeaks, traps him in on the ramp side. 4-on-4 and a huge trade to find it. Opens up a path down towards B. Staehr's going to get ahead of it. Yuri's looking for lurkers, and he's been dinked, in fact, so should be a dead man here, stuck behind red. Blame could molly this if he wants to put his gun down, but they're just going to walk in together. Meanwhile, back in the lobby, Serato will find a kill. They clean up the lurker, and A is not an easy opener. Blame is still here. Oh my god. Oh, that was a great flash.
It's a big miss as well. Fallen, he'll be kicking himself. This round felt like it was all tied up. The bomb is down. 15 seconds remaining. Art will have to try and save the day here. Sneaking up the ladder, but time is of the essence here. 10 seconds now. Can't find the frag, and that's the round. Serato knows it. He'll have to peel off, and that's going to be the first round for Astralis, and that's a massive miss for Fallen. Like you said, great flashbang. It was served up on a silver platter, and that allowed his teammate to rotate up heaven, plant the bomb, and job done. So that one miss, I think, cost him the round.
Still to a point, though, where FURIA is spread out to a point where it's the AWP who has to walk out and get that kill. Imagine if Fallen had an AK-47,
exactly,
it would have been any other player. That would be a guaranteed kill, and most likely a guaranteed round for FURIA.
Well, the question is, have to, right? Did he have to make that play? Yeah, sure, time's low, but we had players coming in on big flanks. If anything, the bomb shouldn't be playing first in that position. I think Fallen realized, like, Blame is still towards door. I can get him before he gets to backside. Let's take that risk. Let's take that timing. But one missed shot and it goes so far. I mean, we saw what Fallen can do on Nuke with the AWP, Henry. Yesterday, it was
absolutely
a barn burner.
Yeah. His form has been spectacular recently. Like, every time I start to doubt his powers, like, he proves me wrong each and every time. I thought a game was even though they played one game, I thought he was looking lights out. At times looking better than Simple. That's a pretty tall praise if you ask me, but we're going to have round 5 on the agenda. FURIA still with cash. Fallen's down to a P250, I believe, and a MAC-10 for Art. This is a kind of a swing round. You can see both teams are pretty much fully invested, and we've got the Device AWP in hand, and we'll see what FURIA can make of this difficult round here. 3 AKs, an SMG, and a fast play towards the ramp, it looks like.
Oh, Device in a great position again with the AWP. He's loving to play this ramp position. It's going to be a freebie on Serato.
So now does he stay longer than he did? He's got that one frag, got the advantage, went down before.
Yeah. Did find that kill that was on site, I think?
Yeah, he just pre-fired backside, and Borg was facing hut, maybe even jiggling. Oh, it's awkward, but A4 will give Staehr some breathing room as he sprays and gets out behind the vent. Cello's walked the smoke, a cheeky play to make, but they don't know about Blame's position, who should be able to trade that frag. He does. 3-on-2, rotate back through heaven for Buzz. The players are here. FURIA down the vent might be the best option. They've got no nades.
Oh! Okay, something to work with here. A minute on the clock. No grenades necessarily, but we'll see if they can group up and find a frag together. Smoked off towards Squeaky. We've got Device still towards our ramp room, so that's not really an option. He hasn't really transitioned. Trying to get a bit more information though, pushes up and towards the trophy room. He's trying to lock out the possibility of lobby here, if possible. He's going further and further. So a ton of information, but there it is. That's the frag that seals the deal here. Just Yuri remains. Great shot towards the CT vent. Can he find another towards up at 30 seconds? With the bomb on his back, he's actually slipped the net here. That's a guaranteed plant coming through.
Or is it Device looking for the smoke shot on the cross? He's just going to run it down on his own. Yuri sticks it inside of the smoke and gets to go back to the door if he wants. 1v1. And he's got his knife out right now. Buzz caught. The nade goes in. Device is in the bomb site right now, and Yuri has no clue. But Device must make noise. He must wait for Buzz with the kit, who's still being patient in and of itself.
This is a problem.
Awkward.
Yeah, Buzz has wasted a bit too much time, I think, so it has to be a very nice shot here. Makes a bit of a meal of it. Now they're applying the pressure. Should be absolutely fine at this stage. It was getting a bit precarious, but there is more than enough time to defuse, and it's well handled in the end. They keep it contained toward that single door, and it's going to be 2 rounds in a row for Astralis.
Yeah. All things considered, it was a nice try from FURIA. You're in a 2v3, you have no information whatsoever. Yuri being left in a 1v3 as well, and he does find the opening kill on blameF that leads him a pathway down the vents, and it's very, very, very close that he can win this round. If Buzz goes down in that first iteration of that duel, that's it. Then Device with a USP and an AWP.
And the kit was gone as well, right?
The kit as well, it's going to be almost impossible for Device at that point, so much closer.
At least he got the plant down, right? It doesn't mean they've got a good round coming up next, but it won't be a throwaway. We've got a K-Serato AK-47 here. It looks like Fallen purchased it for him as well, so we're going to be picking at the pace. Good flashbangs deployed by Art, but it's only an equal trade for now. 4-on-4, but the pressure continues towards the upper bomb site. Sneaking towards the T-vent, taking a lot of damage on route. Borak trying to deny the vent drop once again as they try to get big numbers down towards the lower bomb site, and they're successful in doing so. So with the bomb on Fallen's back and light investment, they've managed to find a kill and potentially another plant here.
They might work this out very soon. Device has cleared yard. They've pushed ramp. They've got lobby. Where could FURIA be? Suddenly the bomb gives it away. And Astralis take this safe rotation. It's longer, but no risk of falling down into the pistols in vent. FURIA have taken a lot of space, however. It's really up to Art. Pistols on the other 2.
Yeah, they're being very efficient with the retake here as well. Molotov towards Dark eradicates that risk. It should just be an equal trade now, considering that Art is so low. It's getting a little bit more complicated. Staehr can't control the M4. Adjusting and making up for it. Wasn't the cleanest retake, but it counts. And with 2 players surviving here, Astralis will find their 3rd.
Okay, yeah, they delayed the defuse a little bit there.
So they get the AWP, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
It's another plant, another money round for FURIA, doing a lot of economical damage on Astralis, and in all reality, they came very, very close to winning the round once more. I like what I'm seeing from FURIA. The pace, the explosiveness, it does feel like Borak inside is having a bit of a tough time to get it under control, sort of, and as long as you force Astralis to get into these retake scenarios on the lower bomb side, there's always a chance you could turn around the rounds. It's like Inferno on the B bomb side. If you're 2 versus 4 or 3 versus 4, you almost have a 50.
Here in this T side, Messi spray for Buzz, but he recovers it. Needs to survive here. He's looking to fight on with 10 points of health. They're already out. Could have just dropped and used the Molotov.
Yeah, very interesting move there. A lot of options there, and he opts to try and get one more. Even if he got a dink off, he's probably going to be dying there. So we'll see if they can recover. Device picking up the pieces now. Lovely shot through the window. Finds Art. Maintains the man advantage, but they are scaling along the railings here. This is another key frag, and Fallen 1 step ahead of him. Equalizes the situation, 3-on-3, and now they can really slow things down. The rotation's starting to come through. Astralis have sent 2 players down the vents here. Staehr will join Borak.
Such a hectic start to these rounds. Every round FURIA have an explosive play to come out and show for, and then they'll have to salvage a 3v3. Staehr's in a good position here.
They're getting hungry for info, and they're going to find it. Staehr drops that AWP, but the bomb is spotted on the trade. I think they know they've got him locked in the corner. They'll focus it. Util comes in to smoke, but Cello takes the shot before. And Blame now just behind them. He doesn't wait. He runs it down. They're going back into the bomb site.
No,
Blame's got a kill with a nade. That's a freebie. Slam dunk before the bomb comes in as well. And now Blame can buy time. This is a round made for the captain of Astralis.
He also has an incendiary on the utility belt here, so he can make things very uncomfortable. Here it comes. So he wants to try and deny the plant, of course. As soon as he detects the player getting that C4 down, he actually doesn't know he's there. So he can still deploy it and flush him out. That's still absolutely fine, but Keiserato playing on the front foot here. It does not matter. Ice cold from blameF there. Holds his nerve, doesn't even need the incendiary, and wins out in the 2 versus 1.
You could bet Keiserato would win that fight as well. AK advantage, just facing into a headshot angle, and Blame just nails him in a little burst. So opportunity there for FURIA to win that round, but Blame with the perfect timing on that flank. That's great to see for Blame. You could easily imagine him sneaking the entire way down ramp and trying to play some... He had good timing trying to play a surprise game, but instead he just runs, knowing I have a molly and an HE, I can just kill the plant right now.
Yeah, I think he's got some of the most impressive game sense, especially watching on a map like Ancient, for example. He just seems to be one step of his opponents. I think it's down to the communication of his teammates and what information they're providing, but he always just seems to know exactly what he needs to do to be effective in the situation as well. So yeah, you're absolutely right. That came down to what, the seconds. If he comes a second later, he's already dropped down. He's going to be denied that kill, but absolutely plays it to perfection there. And it's another round for Astralis, denying the 2 versus 1 advantage for FURIA. And they did get the bomb down, but again, financial woes here, and they get a fully invest pimp. We've got Galil's, maybe a couple of Mac 10s. It will have to be another frantic round, I'd imagine.
They're really trying. They're really trying to put a dent in the wheel of Astralis. They've come so close in a couple of rounds, so I don't really mind this force buy coming in from FURIA, but it does seem like it's a one-trick pony in a sense that if the early aggression is not working out, if they don't force the round into a 3v3 or, you know, a place where Astralis feels uncomfortable, if they start to play slow, start to go for yard smokes, etc., that's when I think this game ends. So I like FURIA is keeping, you know, up the pace a little bit. They're trying to break Astralis, but if it doesn't succeed, if it doesn't work, I'm afraid the plan B doesn't exist.
They boosted over the smoke to stop the main split. That's just a read, right? Having 2 players yard and garage and 1 in main. Astralis knew the outside round was coming, but it is still a bit of a bruise as they bust out door after throwing that util outside. FURIA faking in this gun round. It's left the whole world, the whole round on the shoulders of Borup. He's at the back of the bomb site. A spam does come through, but Borup is only good for 1.
He's done quite well though. Surrounded, overworked in the position. Maintains a 3-on-3, an even keel for now as the bomb is planted towards upper. 1 player to defend, that's Fallen with the Galil in hand. Remember, this was a difficult buy as well. It's Device who will be trying to reclaim territory towards the lobby. Waiting patiently, seeing if Yuri will overstep the mark, but he is being very patient indeed. We've only got 1 kit and a couple of flashbangs here. They're going to be attempting to retake from main entrance. Device will detect Yuri, and this is going to be very difficult now to try and flush these players out.
Just take the 2-on-2, don't re-swing Device, don't even give him the chance, and that kill should be the round. Boost on the bomb site, and Device knowing he's trapped. He was waiting to play very late, but even though Yuri missed his shot, he will survive, and FURIA will find their 4th on this T side, and that's, you know, it's what they've been going for, right? The 3 buys in a row off the back of bomb plants and 3 kills at least. FURIA just wanted to put Astralis' economy in the dirt, and they've managed it finally. Can they capitalize and finish the job?
I feel like they already have, you know, it's a 4-4 scoreline, T-side nuke. It's not a bad start at all for FURIA. You're now forcing Astralis into a position where they have no money. They're forced to take a timeout as well. And the only thing that's worked for FURIA, the only thing they've done so far is the door pops. Every single buy round, they've been exposing the door. They've been putting on a lot of pressure on towards Staehr, who's had, you know, quite a rough time handling with it. Sure, scoreboard-wise, I think he's 6-6 right now, but considering how much action he's seen, he hasn't really been able to cope with it. And then Borup, as you said, this round specifically did well, but he needs to do more to help Staehr as well, because if they are allowed to just walk out a door every single round, Astralis will have big trouble on the CT side.
Yeah, lovely boost here just to close things out towards main entrance. We do go 4-4, and it will be a force buy response from Astralis by virtue of saving the M4 and the AWP in the hands of Device. We always talk about how mobile and dynamic he is. We'll see what he can muster up here for round number 9. They know they'll need an opening pick if possible. It's rifles across the board for FURIA, and both teams struggling financially. So that's why Astralis going for the force by themselves, trying to replicate what FURIA just did to them. So an MP9, a 5-7 for Buzz. More importantly, the sniper in the hands of Device. A run boost towards that side though. Fast play towards T-Red.
Oh, Yuri. Blame heard him coming. That's still an impressive kill for blameF, who has no room to move there. Oh, he's got a double. You blame an AK, he'll give you a headshot.
Playing some damn solid Counter-Strike right now.
And, you know, even though 4-4 is still a nice spot to be in, Jacob, this is the worry, right? They're not capitalizing on it. They finally break the money. It's a 2 or 3 gun round, and Astralis is still going to win it clean.
Well, let's see if they can do so. A 5-on-2 for now, but blameF and Staehr are low. And you're right, at this point, FURIA are just going to try and make it as expensive as possible. See if they can be a nuisance and miss shots, but finally connecting, it's Staehr. And we'll find the penultimate frag. Fallen, Galil in hand as mentioned. We'll just try and get a plant here if possible. Maybe. It's the old NIP smoke here, haven't seen this in a while. And unfortunately, it won't be working out as we do have the clean sweep, just what the dogs were ordered for Astralis there. They recover a couple of AKs, and they keep everyone alive here as well, so that's
perfection.
Great.
You keep 5 players alive, you get 2 AKs, a Galil in the mix as well. You're well aware that FURIA have no money whatsoever,
exactly.
So you were in a position where you potentially could have been punished. It could have lost control for Astralis, but on the other hand now, thanks to blameF and his heroics effort in the beginning of the round, they're winning the round in a perfect fashion. And now FURIA, again, as I said, the only thing they've done so far, essentially in this game, is exposing the door area. And if that doesn't work anymore, then what?
So, they've gone for the hero AK, very meta right now in the hands of Arts.
Well, door again.
No, it was, at least it's gone now. They should be able to recover it at a very bare minimum to be Katerata to recover, but he's smoked out here towards the T-vent. Taking a lot of damage on route as well on blameF. Wants a slice of the action. He can smell those pistol players on the other side of the smoke. Manages to fend them off for now, but still has to deal with Katerata. And I think he's being overlooked here. I don't think they're anticipating that position, so that's a great shot.
They're going to explode out hut now, but still Katerata can't assist. He's holding heaven. They're in rafters. They're back sight, and he is gone in an instant. Yuri delayed by the molly.
Pimp, you wanted to see a bit more out of Bora. There's 3 kills for you.
That's good.
Pretty solid. Didn't really give much up at all there. And bear in mind, with the hero AK, sure, it's fine, but there will be concessions going forward. Arts only has $3,000 now. He's either on Galil or Tech9 in utility. So still a rough round ahead of them. 6-4 as we enter round number 11.
I mean, the good thing about the way FURIA is playing right now, you don't need that much economy to have a good buy, you know, or to be a threat towards Astralis, because you are being super
that rich.
That was one of their things back in the day.
Broke the money just to get reset themselves. FURIA now back in with a buy and Fallen on an AW.
Oh, he's been aggressive. Device on ramp.
Yeah, they've given him way too much respect this side, I would say. He's constantly in towards this lobby, being a nuisance. So speaking of which, Fallen will strike first this time. Finds the big man himself, blameF, towards the garage area. Gets a second kill in the lobby now. And they've got loads of time here. And a 5-on-3. Staehr, he might have to be the one to step up here because they are on the back foot. There's still a chance they can recover the round, but information needs to be garnered. Frags need to be found.
Fallen round. I'm here for a fallen round. Can Staehr put a stop to it? Him and Buzz are ready to activate that molly. Forces Buzz to clear. He hasn't ticked on it. Katerata still clears the corner though. And great spam damage. Sets up Art on the main split. FURIA break in with a big 3K from Fallen on the AWP.
Now, we had Fallen on the couch yesterday saying something about the fact that he likes to call freeze in the middle of the T round for FURIA. I think this was a great example of what he did in this exact scenario. They got a couple of good openings. You have a 5v3. You are very well aware that with a minute left of the round, Astralis will have to do something in order to change the tide. So he called freeze. You could see every single player from FURIA was waiting for the aggression. They dealt with it using the utility, and they forced Astralis basically into them. And then they got punished for it. So sometimes there's, you know, a good thing about being a little bit more patient and not necessarily just rushing into it.
I think
as they probably would have done without.
He even said, though, with FURIA, he has to stay stopped twice because they can only really pay attention for about 10 seconds and he has to call it again.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think that's a great observation. They were much calmer there with the advantage found. And with Fallen, of course, finding those opening frags as well. An idyllic situation and well handled by the Brazilians to close out round number 11. Now, the money is still tight, but Astralis do have a buy. MP9 for Buzz. Not a huge deal on a map like Nuke. He's got to play a little bit differently. And Device still on the AWP. We've seen him a lot towards that ramp room. Gets a lot of information and territory, but not having too much impact. They're just avoiding it time and time again. blameF deciding to get up close and personal this time. Should be flashed in momentarily. He's going to take a wide swing here. Here you go.
Yeah, very competitive game for Astralis, but Blame wants to get involved early again. You will find the double kill this time. Doesn't wait for the orb to pick him off silo. Borat wins his fight on the smoke, and FURIA desperation is spelt in this round as suddenly Fallen's order survives.
A minute and 20 seconds left, right?
Yeah.
It's just so explosive right now. It's either it works or either it doesn't. There's no in between right now.
Well,
we had one round, there was a 3v3 that came into a clutch scenario where they kind of tried to slow down the pace and play what I would call Counter-Strike, but right now it's just back and forth, back and forth.
60 seconds save though, you never like that.
Really great flashback from Buzz there. Sets up the in-game lead up. He knocks 2 of them down, and now just poor old Fallen in towards T-Spawn. He's got a hell of a wait ahead of him as well. 50 seconds to try and hold on to the AWP.
So what do you want to talk about?
Wow, that's the thing. Do we have any more of the Pong League coming back today? Do we have any shootouts? Do we have any headline 1v1s coming up?
I've got to play Yanko at some point. I don't know when.
In the table tennis?
In the table tennis.
I believe that was scheduled to be the first game of the day. We had to reschedule. So yeah, I think we will do that at some point. I don't know if I want to announce it yet, but there is a potential celebrity table tennis match after this one. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say.
Is it in the bracket?
It's not. It's an exhibition match.
Ooh.
So I just want to stay tuned if you're a table tennis fan.
And you're a Counter-Strike
potential celebrity exhibition match happening after this series.
Exciting.
Yeah. So if that doesn't wet your whistle, Hugo, I don't know what will.
Oh, my whistle's soaking. I've got a couple of ideas in mind. I've got a couple of people in mind it could be, but I don't know. Henry.
Yeah, no guesses. I don't want to spoil it, but it's going to be an absolute banger. That's all I can say.
All right, exciting times.
That's why I'm in the attire today, in the kind of John McEnroe.
You look great today.
Yeah, you've gone full
people keep saying to me, "Oh, I love this outfit today." I don't think they realize this fancy dress. They think these are my clothes from home, and they say like, "Wow, Henry, this new vibe you've got going on, it's amazing."
Does anyone unironically wear headbands, or to me it's just a bit?
I don't know, but yeah, maybe I should consider this as a look going forward. It's comfortable, I'll say that much. Could do with more pockets. That's a problem. I have no phone, none of my possessions on me.
A lot of thigh on display today, Henry.
Well, here we go. Fallen looking to shoot them anywhere but, as he will go down. Go aggressive with the AWP there, boys.
Force forward. Oh my God, Blame, not again, man. They've got guns. They've got weapons, Blame. You shouldn't be doing that. FURIA have missed a smoke. That shouldn't surprise you. Fallen got pushed forward by the Molotov. I don't think he wanted to be that aggressive, but he really sent it, didn't he? Nice shot from Art. But again, man, I think we need a FURIA crash course with these outside smokes, because some of them just ain't hitting, Chief.
2 rounds in a row. blameF is pushing up aggressively. Bus maybe caught up aggressively here as well. It's still a 4v2. I think they have it under control.
I don't know.
Triple yard. The Stars have more players here than FURIA have alive.
I feel like this could get a bit dicey. It's on a knife's edge right now. You've got players like Serato chomping in the bit to find headshots. He'll certainly deliver. Take it under control, but he does pull one back, jumping around. Chaotic as you like, down to 17 points of health now. It's a 3 versus 1.
Bang him.
He has got time on the clock, doing damage towards the garage position. They just want to close this one out, but he keeps finding headshots. Stop challenging him, boys. He has got the bomb, but we don't have to feed him. borup will finally silence Serato, but it was dangerous, right?
Put him on 10. Put borup on 10 there. I don't know if that was a ding through the box or just multiple shots connecting. Pre on device as well. Serato, he was feeling it there. That was almost a round.
Back to plan A now. They tried 2 rounds in a row, go for the yard control. 2 rounds in a row, blameF had gotten double entries. The round before, he got a double entry this time. 3 kills in the span of no time. So you do not want to test this man on yard. It doesn't work for you. Back to the door, back to ramp, see if you can find some control.
He's completely in the zone right now. Absolutely obliterating them outside. Back to the bench, Jake, if you're dead on. Just trying to work through that door, but it hasn't worked out. Art has been cooked alive, and borup spots another as well. He's on for the 3-piece, as he'll completely shut down the round there. The bomb has been dropped. We've got a Galil down the vent, but that's about it.
He could rob it on the ladder. You can definitely get that bomb by just skirting up in the smoke, but I don't know if Serato wants to risk it.
Don't know if he's aware.
Yeah, just at the top, though. And Yuri sitting in spawn with the P250, no armor, so he's dead soon enough. You would like to think. Blame smells ecos from across the map. Yuri's holding this, though. It's not impossible, but it is
the highlight of the round coming in here.
Does he clear it? He doesn't clear it. Knife every day. Thank you, Blame. Got a scream from Cello as well, and Yuri's got a spam to boot. This is inconsequential for the money, though. Astralis can buy.
For Yuri's money,
sure.
He's got 7,200. That's an AWP now available for Fallen, who couldn't purchase one.
So a drop for Art, who has no money as well. So it could be,
no, I'll buy back 10.
So there's the AWP.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't have had that without the knife. So yeah, I think that is actually kind of important. Even the follow-up frag as well, another $300. It all adds up and allows him to get a full buy himself. But what a beautiful hold once again, trying to make their way out the squeaky door, but Cooks burnt to a crisp. It's borup just mowing them down. He had full vision in the smoke. A consolation prize, like we said, a cash injection as Fallen brings out the AWP for round number 15.
There's 2 sides to this, T-Half. You know, if you're FURIA and you came in with one strat that essentially worked, was pushing out door, being aggressive towards this area, once more from Serato, and you get away with 5, potentially 6 T rounds, in itself, that's a good T side.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just been very one-dimensional, right? We've been a little bit disappointed by the fact that that's the only place that's worked for them.
Yeah,
all things considered, not bad.
With the pistol and conversion, they did get a 3-0 start, but I agree. There have been a lot of rounds that have been up for debate, and they've applied decent pressure. It hasn't been a foregone conclusion. You're right. 5 is enough. 6 would be great here, and they've got the opening advantage courtesy of a lovely Serato shot towards A main there. So once again, Fallen's called to pump the brakes, slow things down, take a breath.
Freeze.
Yeah, no one has to do anything here. Allow the AWP to continue challenging these angles. Use the flashbangs, go in together. We're going to set up Mac with the... Sorry, set up R with the MAC-10, and it's down to Buzz now to deliver once more. We saw him get that single frag and maybe outstay his welcome before. We'll see what he posts this time.
Using their smoke as a one-way over the top. He's got the bomb dropped, and he'll chase kills, trying to isolate Art. The MAC-10 will run him down. FURIA looking to find 6 on this T side. It could be successful after all. Staehr without opening kill, taking out blame. He's gone a long way as FURIA slip and slide into lower. borup is ahead of the curb. The question is, do FURIA commit? If they want to back up, there are options here. There are tasty morsels that FURIA will bite down upon. Device with the dualies, though, not the guns for the job. And he's going to get overwhelmed by cello, leaving borup alone in B.
Well, it looks like they've done enough. Pimp, they've got round number 6 on the board. I would say it's a pretty good haul, all things considered.
I'd agree. They came in with a couple of simple gimmicky strats and getting away with 6, converting the pistol round and looking somewhat decent and competitive in a lot of the rounds, as you said, Henry. I think it's more than acceptable from FURIA, especially considering what we did see at Overpass. It was a splash out. This time around, those 6 rounds is not too bad.
Well, there we go. 9-6. Astralis will map under the belt, looking to close things out on Nuke. Will it happen, though? Time will tell as we return after the break.
Seem like they all been missing. Never made a wrong decision. It's got me walking different. I stay gassed up. Please point the opposition. No scope, it's no joke. Just know I aim with raw precision. I went and got my bid up quick, 100 figures.
What's up, gamers? You are watching ESL Pro League Season 18. You're locked into the Group A lower bracket final. Map 2 between Astralis and FURIA has led the Danes to a 9-6 score lead. Moving on now to their T-side campaign. We'll see if it's going to be enough to find that 2-0. But FURIA started to wake up towards the end of that half, boys. Started to mix things up and start to land their shots. I still think this one is up in the air.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think we are looking at a 50-50 game. Astralis may have a slight favorite role considering they can control the pace and now have their own faith in their own hands in that regard, but I'm curious to see what the pace is going to look like, because what we saw from FURIA was hearts-out aggression. Every single round they were nading the door, they were pushing, they were trying to make life very uncomfortable for Astralis. This time around, though, they decided to do it a little different.
We've got a bit of an upper execution here. Molotovs and smokes being deployed. Flashbangs on the way as well, but Device, he'll be removed from the equation. That's a lovely shot from K-Serato once again. It's getting frantic once more, and the CT's finding nothing but headshots here. The Berettas connect with great vengeance as we see it enter a 5 versus 2. Both pistols looking likely for FURIA here.
Cello's always screaming, man. Mid-round, he's still shouting.
He knows it's in the bag.
Yeah, he's locked this in with a double off the Julies, a 5-on-2. Blame and Borb creeping. Blame does make it outside, but that may have been heard. It was worth it for the P250, but range, they're all fighting together, and they will drop the bomb.
How do you like them apples? Borup with no Kevlar, I'm afraid, and a 5 versus 1. Lovely little dink there towards Yuri, but probably all he's going to find.
Terrifying.
He's got the Berettas rattling through the hut there. And he's just hoping he can just find a kill. See if he finds a CT overstepping the mark. But Cello, he's played pixel-perfect Counter-Strike there. Didn't even take any damage en route to finding his hat-trick, taking a total up to 13 kills and 13 deaths. Coming to life now.
It's so funny because his team are just so stoic. Art's never shouting. Fallen's a pretty calm guy. You know, K-Serato and Yuri aren't exactly screamers. And Cello's just sitting there at the end barking.
I think he's had a great tournament.
Yeah,
I've really been impressed by his contributions, his trade potential. He's always seems very reliable and doesn't seem to be too frantic compared to the others. I think he is really growing into this team.
Especially on CT sides, and that's exactly what FURIA want to hear going into the favored half on their map pick after a decent T side of 6 rounds. Full eco for Astralis.
It's been this forever talent as well. Now we get to see Art coming out right here. But I remember Pro League season 7, maybe 2017. We saw him play. That was a throwback event to where he first time put his name on the list. Sort of, he was one of the best performing players in a Brazilian team that, of course, didn't make it out of the group stage. But ever since, we've been waiting for the best of Cello.
Oh dear! Out of ammo quick.
Okay, now things get a bit spicy. Fortunately, it's just the CZ given up, so not a big deal here. It's not like they've recovered an SMG or a rifle. They've got ram control, sure, but it's not a bomb site. It's a portal to lower, or you could take the scrappy battle towards heaven.
Device now has 1 mag in that CZ, so he's got to be a little more pixel perfect than Art. Fallen's on Julies as well.
Yeah, it's a bit of a risk, I suppose. Calculated risk, trying to understand Astralis' tendencies. Will they force buy in the second round? Looks like they probably won't. So you've got 2 players down to pistols, so Fallen can guarantee the AWP going forward, not have to waste too much cash here. Same story for Art, really, and this round is locked in. So as long as they don't give up another player here, this is absolutely fine, and that's great. Fallen can afford the AWP now, and they'll be more than ready in terms of firepower going up into AK-47s now, which will have concessions. Sure, they'll have AK's armor, but they won't have all the utility required. It's going to be the basics here. Your smokes, your flashes, and a couple of mollies.
And Art's defense as well. Now he's buying an AWP, double AWP setup on the FURIA.
Okay.
That's quite interesting.
They did this a lot yesterday or the day before. They actually had a double AWP setup down on the lower bomb side at one point. It was nuts, but it was working.
So a T-side overpass as well. So it's something they really want to hone in on. But Art, I think that's the first time he's having a real gun in this game. He's been playing Mac 10 more or less every single round.
Until he gets the auto sniper out. That's when you know he's having a good game.
Exactly.
Surely not.
We'll see. It's going to be put under a lot of pressure.
So these are the 2 players that operated with pistols in the last round to give them these AWPs. Let's say if it was worth the investment. It's a lovely first shot here. Cello's here to back up as well. Doesn't have to commit here. Caught with a nade in his hand. A massive frag for Borup, and Staehr has got decent control down towards lower as well. This is a key frag, and Yuri will come out on top, keeping the dream alive for FURIA in round number 18.
Yeah, but they're not going lower. They've dropped back in from the heaven split. Killing Cello is just a path to A, and Device is here in time. As long as he doesn't go swing outside, he can lock down this point of rotation, and you might just have to save 2 AWPs.
They'll save you.
You have to, yeah. There's no 2 ways about it. It's the most difficult weapon to retake on Nuke. That's why a lot of teams don't run the double AWP setup. It was like 2016, 2017, very fashionable. A lot of teams, especially North American teams, would run this setup, but it comes with its compromises. The fact that if a bomb ever goes down towards upper, it's unlikely you can retake, and you're mainly just saving the heavy artillery here. It's exactly what they'll do. But the hunt is on. Device can smell A rat potentially hiding down towards Secret, but
wallbang maybe.
that's what I think. Surely, is it a thing?
No. You can not. Oh, not seen that one. The wall like next to this player. Oh,
That would have been so.
never seen that either.
You could see he was suspecting
I
something
think
was
he's
going
playing
on.
around. I think
You can.
Okay.
I think the first one is legit. I'm not sure about the second
Yeah,
one.
the second one looked like
maybe
a lineup there. But you can also wall bang the side, like this wall. Pretty thin. That looks a little harder, but
That's an early timeout coming out of FURIA. Already feeling the pressure.
Well, for now, they maintain the double orb setup, and I think it's worth the timeout. It's going to be their third one, but rightly so. You've got this is kind of an all-in moment. If you lose this round, when you have a lot to work with, you're going to be down in the dumps financially. The loss bonus, bear in mind, after winning the pistol, hasn't really been that established. They get 1,900 into the next, so this is kind of a must-win round. Things will start to spiral. They go down 11-8, but they've got to eco as well. Yeah, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. That can mean 12-8 very quickly. So we'll see whether they want to be aggressive, try and get in their face with one of these opening picks.
I think they should be, right? Considering they know there's still a double op setup in play. They know there's still 2 ops to be found on the CT side. So if you do an inner execute, either fast or late in the round, you know that the retake scenario is not going to be scary for you.
This is why, if you're aware of that, Jacob, they know that the timeout coming through, they might be
game, you know.
The mind games could be coming through. That's the whole thing. So we'll see where they want to position.
Does look like they want to go inside.
Yeah, free smoke. Oh, it puts up a door molly. It lets his team run through. But K-Serato blinded, still sprays out a kill, and Borup had to bail. Molly is good for K-Serato. He almost takes 2 with it. Ooh. Helped out by Cello on the top site, but a 3-on-3 ensues with Fallen locked in the vent. He welcomes them down into the dungeon. Bomb dropped, and right at his feet.
Oh, it's the Fallen special, waiting down in the vent with the AWP in hand, bomb in his grasp as well. This will be incredibly difficult to recover. Yuri in a prime position as well to shut down this rotation towards Secret. Device will have no idea he's in this spot, but he might bypass him. If he goes on the left-hand side of Team Red here, you never know. Yuri now feeling that pressure, knowing it could be a possibility, and he is going that way. Device might be able to do something with this.
This is very patient for Device. They are just hoping a kill comes their way, and the longer he waits, the more chance he has. Yuri is getting antsy right now with util thrown today. Device almost considers it, but he's no longer favored. Yuri takes that kill, and Blame known about as he threw that smoke on top site. Fallen the whole time has been scoped on this ladder, and so this round it should be dead.
Should be.
Yeah, it is. Nothing blameF can do about this. A very, very costly mistake coming in from Staehr. Maybe showing a bit of that inexperience that we don't get to say often. He is one of the youngest players at this tournament. He hasn't been a pro player for that long. And
yeah, you just learned that.
Yeah, I just learned that during the quiz. Well, I lost once more. But, you know, going down the vents right here with a smoke, you see the smoke dropping as well. All he should have done, all he could have done right here is smoke off main, and then you have isolated FURIA away from the bomb site, and then we're into the scenario we discussed, Henry, a double op retake. That was the perfect position to be in for Astralis. I'm not sure whether the call was coming in from Staehr, if it was a difficult or individual decision. Fact of the matter is, had they just kept with the plan of going inside, that would have been around for Astralis.
You are right, because they got 2 crucial kills. The upper players go down in the upper bomb site, and you're kind of jumping into the unknown there. Down the rabbit hole, as it were. As Fallen, like we said, it's kind of a signature move for him, waiting with the no-scopes and normally connects them, especially in the form he's in right now, and it's absolutely everything for Astralis. They give the round up and now finding themselves in dire straits. They'll save an AK, but what can they bring to the table? I think just a Tech 9, a Deagle. You call this one an eco, really. We'll see if blameF can do anything as we enter round 20. The double orb setup remains, and with a couple of flashes, it looks like they're heading towards ramp, where 2 players are lying in wait. There's a miss, many shots. Does connect that one, but doesn't quite find the frag. He'll be retreating. Yeah,
2 orbs in B now. You mentioned it. It's here, and it's up against pistols. This is actually a terrifying round to have them in position, but they both strike in unison, and K-Serato dropped in to help out. No one's grabbing your orb today, as Art even ends it with the pistol. That's quite an opener for FURIA to have a double orb ramp.
I told you that they love to run it, and it seems more often than not, it's like the right place, right time. Both orbs, like watching like Secret of a perfect crossfire, or like you just saw, crossfiring towards that ramp itself. So well handled by FURIA once again. Bear in mind that was the eco. blameF for the hero AK. Didn't get much done, but he'll be operating with the Glil going forward. Solid round here denying the plant. So FURIA, their cash starting to get to a position where they might be comfortable here on the CT side. See if they can continue the form as they've now posted 2 rounds in a row. 4-1 in the second half.
We've got a game on our hands. Device blind, just finds that shot, and Yuri outside. 5-on-4, AWP response for Fallen. Knowing he has Device gives him a world of freedom to play aggressive now. Don't know how many more players they expect to see in the yard. It was only Device spotted. Going to reset as Staehr smokes the cross. Fallen looks for a gap or an error.
That was a very aggressive move from Fallen right there. After the first shot, he exposed himself completely. He's playing with a certain aura of confidence right now that I haven't seen from Fallen in quite some time. I like that.
Refreshing. Like, you would think like he might just be falling back and just taking his one kill, but he knows it might not be quite enough here in the 4 versus 4. So at least getting information, willing to take those challenges, operating towards the silo as well, has fallen back now towards Heaven. And the smokes are not picture perfect, to say the least. Still have a lot of vision. They try and cross towards Secret.
Oh no, they've thrown the wrong one.
We may have to show it once more, Hugo.
Yeah, I think Astralis have done it now as well as FURIA. This is a FURIA mistake typically, but getting it from the Danes as well today. Seems like more of a miscom. They had different smokes in there. Didn't see the lineups. Fallen goes back to upper at the right time. He drops it. That's ballsy. Taking the full damage as they line up. Fallen picks one out of the picture. 4-on-3, and they're flooding in. Back up the vent from Secret. Staehr in main needs to save the day. They do find that AWP, but there's another. There's always another with FURIA. Buzz in the clutch.
It's a messy round, to say the very least here. Not really sure what Buzz can do with this one. I'd suggest not a whole lot. He might just be saving. Pim, what do you make of that?
Yeah, not a lot, to be completely honest. That was a bit of a messy situation, as you said. The smokes failed outside. I was thinking to myself, maybe they did it on purpose to keep Fallen holding that angle with the AWP, which would then expose inside.
But they threw 3.
Yeah, it wasn't on purpose. You know, I'm just trying to find an excuse for Astralis. I think we need to put you on the server, Hugo, and you can show once more how it's done.
I'll get some nades out after this one.
It is a messy game, but, you know, honestly, the more messy it is, the better it is for FURIA. We know they thrive in chaos. We know they thrive in a position like this, and to be completely honest, I think they have slightly been the better team so far in Nuke, so it's not unfair that we're looking at a scoreline where FURIA is up 11-10.
High-flying acrobatics from Fallen as well. The 360 coming down from Heaven. Took a bit of fall damage as well, but it was no problem. Continues to nail those shots, and we've got Device with the AWP now. Saving the previous round, we'll see whether the accompanying Deagles will be able to make a dent on FURIA's armor here. They've looked very good on this CT side, only giving up one single round, 5-1. As we see them actually take the lead here as well, 11-10 overall, but you can call this one a half-pipe. We know the Danes are deadly with the Desert Eagles. They've got 2 flashes and a smoke, and of course the Device Orb now posted on top of Silo.
Device already located the player right side in Garrus right now, so he's hoping for you to at some point make the move or some point call for backup and call off someone rotating, but they're not showing themselves right now, FURIA. I think they're playing some good Counter-Strike. They're a little bit more controlled than the CT side as well. We talk about aggression from Fallen, but it's, you know, under the right circumstances. It's not endless regression. It's not necessarily brain-dead aggression.
Calculated risks, I would say.
Yeah, sometimes, So it's a much better look for FURIA right now.
So towards the ramp room, and it kind of looks like they're out of ideas already. They're hoping Device to be able to cause a bit of a ruckus, but they're giving him nothing here. Very defensive play from the CT crossfires. Flashbangs being deployed for this swing from Garage. Device is fortunate to be alive here as well. Time ticking, 40 seconds hits, and all 5 players towards outside just hoping Device finds something, but he's been up here already. They're giving him nothing to work with, just bleeding out the clock.
That's crazy, right? Device spotted the player right side of Garage, and ever since he did that from the beginning of the round, that's been his focus. And now he missed the one opportunity he actually...
He's going to die as well.
That's cruel.
Yep, and the only real weapon they had, the orb, that's gone down. That it's going to have to limp in towards the ramp one by one, get mowed down by Yuri. A nice shot from Staehr, but it doesn't really matter all too much. There is a chance to plant, I suppose. You'd have to scramble right down there at this point. And I think it actually does get planted. Potentially, no, there is a CT waiting. So that's going to be eradicated. Just blameF to save the M4. He'll get no extra cash, but at least he's got a rifle. It's not the end of the world. He can still afford the utility around it. His teammates can buy. Would have loved to have kept that AWP up, considering it didn't really do a whole lot in the previous round. A frustrating one for Astralis there, and another tactical timeout called by the Danes.
Is this slipping through their fingers? That is the big question right now. FURIA only dropping 1 round in this entire half. 3 saves for Astralis called as well. Game plan not going to plan.
There's 2 ways of going about this for Astralis. I think one is taking some yard control, maybe getting down to Secret with a couple of players, so you have that opportunity every round. So you force FURIA to attend lower bomb side and maybe spread the defense a little thinner. Art on ramp has been standing with that AWP every single round. Every time he's been contested, he's been working out for it. It's been looking good for him. So if I'm Astralis, I'm focusing on yard. I want to get down Secret, or I want to do something explosive inside that again forces FURIA to acquire more manpower towards the A-bomb side. If they continue to play this default style of Counter-Strike, FURIA right now is on top of it.
Well, here we go. We're getting to the bookend of this second map. FURIA didn't have a whole lot going for them in that first half, but this CT performance has been spectacular. The double AWP setup has not really been removed once, to be honest with you. Staehr trying to pick up the pace, vaults up and towards the outside boxes. A little bit of damage inflicted, and he'll continue his push towards main. Is this going to be the opening frag for Astralis? Finally, good pacing, but good awareness as well. A couple of frags for the Brazilians, and the round might be shut down right here, right now. Yuri, did he spot the barrel? Something was sticking through, and he's got all the awareness you could possibly ask for. Round locked in, Device and Borup with not a whole lot to do.
Yeah, I got something, you know, somewhere in the middle of what I've requested. Split inside from Yard, but again, no secret control, and it's very compact right now for FURIA. Device, Borup still alive, can potentially make something happen, but Cello is shutting down Device, and that leaves Borup in a very ungrateful position. A little against 4 players, sorry, an AK that is, but no utility.
It doesn't change much. Device, he's got an AK to be honest with you, but that's a hell of a shot. He did the most he possibly could there, but FURIA in touching distance are taking it to a third map now, which will be Vertigo. Bear in mind. So, it was FURIA that picked Nuke, and likely for good reason. They've got a solid CT side here.
That's definitely a good showing. Their win against NIP as well, 2-0.
Yeah, that was quite nice,
that's a step in the right direction. There was more positives than negatives to be talked about in that game for sure. Can you push Astralis to a third map? Can you perhaps make the big surprise it would be if FURIA were to win this series? Then
sure,
we have to talk about a FURIA that is starting to show up and gaining some of that momentum and gaining some of that form we like to see.
Oh, the smoke misses towards the main entrance. That's going to be an absolute nightmare to deal with now. It might not even be a factor. Cello is mowing them down, but there are the Desert Eagles. Where has that been this entire half? Finally, a man advantage here for Astralis up against Art and Fall in the double AWP setup. And now we're going to see where this could be problematic, because once you're smoked out and the bomb's planted, how do you retake it? Now they've got the information as to where one of the AWPs are. Fallen will have to pick up the AK-47, knowing it's not the weapon for the job. And do they just give this one up? Do they allow it to go in favor of Astralis and just keep the money strong here? They've got a ton of cash, to be fair.
Oh, it's a 1-2, stubbornly flanking in the lobby, but Buzz hits another headshot, and Astralis are going to win that eco round.
That's only their second round.
Yeah, that's a huge one to pick up. Didn't look likely, but, you know, couple of well-placed pistol shots, and the thing we've been pushing all CT side, which is if Astralis can get out upper and not drop down the vent into Fallen's AWP, look where they get stuck.
It's a massive round for Astralis, not only to avoid going down 14-10, obviously they stay alive in the game, but also now you condition FURIA a little bit to be aware that this inner execute, this inner pop that we just saw from Astralis, they can do that with AK-47s as well. They can do that in a couple of rounds, so now FURIA will have to reconsider the setup they're running. Can we, I guess, afford having no players running extra inside, or will Astralis just continue to punish this? So at least now Astralis put in, you know, a thought into the FURIA players' mind that maybe we have to condition ourselves a little bit better for inside, which should open up ramp, which could open up yard, etc. Could open up the game again.
Well, here we go. Astralis back in it, though. They needed that, to be honest with you. It would be 14-10 otherwise, and now they've got a nice injection of cash, everything they need going forward, and a buffer as well. So the double AWP setup remains. Fallen fully invested here after having $10,000 in the previous, so he had to drop a couple of weapons there. And we're continuing with this fast pace from Buzz. Flashbangs towards upper, but it's the all battle towards ramp.
Will it ever transpire? Device is playing very patient, holding for an aggressive move from FURIA. Art wants to take the peek into door, but the fear of Device's AWP around every corner exists. They knew the Buzz took it last round, so they just trade smokes.
Yeah, now Lurk smoke from the T side, just trying to block any vision. Denies the T's trying to wiggle out, get to the T vent and pick towards that hub roof.
No way, he just sneaks down the ladder, man. It's just risky. There could be a rifle out behind that vent the whole time. Gonna have Astralis throw one variance of wall. Fallen still hanging off down at the ramp.
We're being
lower.
attacked. I just wondering what was going on. The blasters are back. An appearance from the blasters.
Yeah, Vitality have been hitting some shots in the studio. Apex headshot Harry.
Right in the face.
Oh, he's lining it up.
Going for the headshot. Oh, it's close. It was close to blind me.
Great flash. Talking of being blind, Yuri, he couldn't see a thing back in the garage. Astralis got a 5-on-4. Fallen pulled out of position. He goes back, but then so does Buzz. A fight that will never go down. 30 seconds now. Astralis kind of have to hit upper.
Oh, no.
Dear.
And Device is here. Free kill.
A huge miss. And that is a very influential frag as well. Now a 5 versus 3. CT's pinned on the bomb side. Cello fighting for his life. They're doing a ton of damage.
One more player.
Will this just make case of Otto, though? They will, and that should be a Fallen will be dropped as well. That's a massive round for Astralis to pick up. And another huge AWP whiff. We've seen it for the second time now for FURIA.
Oh,
That round would have
hurts.
completely changed had Art hit that shot, because they
Yeah.
get all the information. They can see where both Device and the player in main is going towards inside. Well conditioned for this split that is coming in. They have 2 players on the bomb side. That was perfectly set up by FURIA up until the point where Art unfortunately missed the shot.
Yeah, what a miss it is as well. That might cost them the map because they are now in eco territory. It's going to tie things up almost certainly at 13-13. Astralis are alive and kicking on their T-side campaign. We've got an Art M4, pistols otherwise, but I wouldn't even call this a partial. You can see 3 players without Kevlar here, and one of them has been removed. That's K-Serato, courtesy of a Buzz grenade. And now you'd assume they're going to slow things right down themselves, the Danes here. Wait for that reaction to come through. Art is trying to make it work. Nice angle, gets the dink and the frag. Well played.
He needs to be the hero. He's the one rifle. Good spam, but Buzz returns the favor into the main smoke. And now Astralis, if they want, they can just group for that upper site. They're a little away from that, no bomb. Still back on silo. But Buzz is waiting for no one right now. Dodges that flash perfectly. Using the main smoke while it's up, it can get replenished. And Astralis can just win the round by position right now. A is open. Still need that bomb, as I said. Borup might have to be the guy going back for it. Device going to look back to the lobby, but does give timing for a ramp re-aggress. However, FURIA are gambling lower, hoping Astralis overcook the pooch and drop down vent.
It can happen. R.I.P. Poochie.
Not again. They learned their lesson. Staehr instructed not to go down while he's dead.
My favorite one is Poochie down the coal mine.
Oh yeah?
Instead of Canaries? Yeah, no, Poochie down the coal mine. If you just, any idiom, you just put Poochie in front of it, like, it just works.
Poochie almost sounds like a guy, you know, like a nickname.
Exactly.
Yeah, mate,
I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Poochie got bloody wasted last night, Pim. You would have seen him.
Does that help? Does a Scouse accent
Classic
add to the
Poochie.
comedy? How did you practice that, Hugo? When did you get your Scouse accent? When did you learn that you could do it?
I was living down in the coal mines for a few weeks.
Living down in the coal mines?
Mate, didn't let
Set
me
up
out. But see, I got overtime pay for being there at least, so a little dusty on the old lungs.
Do you even know what accent he's doing there?
Yeah.
Okay, you know it's a Liverpudlian Scouser accent.
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
okay.
Fucking
It's pretty
Liverpool.
accurate, to be fair.
What is that fighter called? The UFC fighter that talks like that?
Oh, the guy with blonde hair.
Yeah, red hair, long hair.
Oh, Paddy the Baddie.
Yeah, there we
Conor
go.
Girvan
There
can
we
do
go.
a great impression of him. The dog shat itself.
It's pretty good. I like it. I don't have many accents. I need to work on that. I'll try and bring a new character.
Stay away from
to
the
the
Danish
scene.
one. Not popular.
Not a popular one?
No.
I wouldn't know where to start.
Apparently we sound like potatoes when we speak English, so
Not when you speak English.
that's what we're being told all the time.
Just Danish.
Also Danish, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
there you
mainly Danish. It's the letters. You guys have letters we don't have. Like that
A-U-O.
O with it.
Yeah.
Those are the letters that really get me going.
Great letters, actually.
All right, another upper hit for Astralis. They're lining the smokes. They're running amok, and they've got great flashes to
Yes.
support. So good, they blind Borup, but he doesn't need vision. Eviscerates 2 at the back of the bomb site.
Wow.
And Astralis have really figured this one out in the last couple.
Yeah, classic upper execution, caught out of spawn there. You could see the preemptive smoke designed to extinguish the CT mollies on impact as well. Great flashbangs, like you said. Sure, Borup was half flashed by his teammates, but the CTs ate everything. Devil spray down comes through, and the round is over. Astralis take back the lead after having a very troublesome T-side campaign, and they can justify a hunt here. They've got a lot of resources, 3 AKs alive as well, and we've got the CTs bunched up in towards their spawn, and I feel like we will get to see a bit of exploration towards this area. We'll
It's
see if they fancy
scary
it.
on Nuke to hunt, because next thing you know, someone drops out of heaven with
Okay,
5
sorry, fully
seconds
blind.
left and sticks the bomb. Yeah, no, the first flash was great. It blinded both enemies. Borup timed it, but then they lobbed another.
Yeah.
Henry, as an entry, hut entry on my XX, you've been there
Dude,
before.
I'm not designed for that. I realize with the 0.5 cents,
No.
it's really quite
Checking
difficult
hut
to
roof
play.
to back
Yeah,
sight.
hut roof is an
I noticed that
absolute
yesterday.
nightmare.
You have really slow sensitivity.
It's crazy, isn't it? Like, I think it's 0.5 800 DPI, so whatever that works out. It's normally like one full swipe is 180 for me. That's what I'm operating
When you
with.
know where they are, it's perfect.
Yeah, in the one-on-one duels where I have isolated fights, I don't miss. But if anything hectic, it can be a problem.
Well, right now, it is getting hectic for FURIA. They had a fantastic lead to the CT side. They went 7-1 up in the second half. Now 4 in a row from Astralis, forcing as many saves as was done to Astralis back in that first half.
Yeah, I mean, that round was a 24 where Astralis rushed inside with a couple of Tech 9s, a couple of Deagles, and FURIA somehow, some way managed to lose it. The score is 13-10. They haven't won a round since. That could very well be the game-defining round, the key moment that turned it all around. Because right now, Astralis are playing good Counter-Strike. The inner execute that I was talking for, the Yak control they obtained. So right now, it does feel like FURIA is playing on the back heel once more.
Well, bear in mind, Winner of this game will make their way towards the playoffs. Loser will go down towards that last chance bracket. You do not want to be there, especially these big names in Group A. Astralis versus FURIA. Astralis already taking the first map of Overpass, 16-7. An absolute whitewash. And now on their opponent's pick, touching distance now of closing out the series 2-0. A compromised buy, no double orb set up here, that's for sure. M4s across the board. Compromised utility. And just a single kit on K-Serato. Keep track of that as they do find full access towards lower here. 3 players safely cross secret down to K-Serato. A player with the kit here needs to find at least 1 kill and survive or get multiple frags. Anything else will not do.
Oh, going to opt to survive instead with a grenade. Attempted a reposition, but they are right there ready to open the door. Are trying to help out from ramp. A couple of players for Astralis spotted, but they don't really have active lurkers to get them back out. They might just have to go in, and Device cracks open the bomb site. Is Staehr looking to the vent like he wants to go up? Right now, just covering that lower rotation. We still have 2 players on top side. And so options are open, but time is closing.
Yeah, blameF is controlling the secret area as well. They've still got 35 seconds. Buzz on the roof will start to provide a flashbang towards upper, potentially, if that's where they want to go. We'll see. Down towards lower. Good trade once again. Device continuing to hit shots. They're caught on the ladder.
Disaster.
It's actually starting to fall apart here somewhat. 20 seconds remain. Smoke down towards lower. Is this the plant? Indeed it is. Yuri comes out of the vents here. And bear in mind, the kit has been recovered by Cello, so they do have that on their person.
Easy kill, but Blame's a long way away right now. Device is stuck, unscoping, pulling out the pistol, and he might have the timing to take down Cello. Just needs to live now. With an open bomb plant, Blame can sneak down the vent and go on the backstab. Doesn't need to play. No one needs to move, but Device forces the fight, and with 4 kills, he puts Astralis on playoff points.
That's a massive round from Device. Finding Art that is pushing into him to begin with, that opens up this lower bomb site, that forces FURIA for a reaction. Even though Buzz got caught off guard on the stairway inside, Astralis had all the information they needed in order to execute and actually go in for it. Device with 4 kills, found the timing on ramp as well. Some may argue it's lucky, others would say that Device is very good at finding those timings.
I think you might be onto something there. Time and time he delivers in those sort of scenarios. That's why he's considered one of the greatest snipers the game has ever seen. You can rely on him. He's consistent, makes calculated decisions, and right now leading the team to a 2-0 victory. 15-13, final timeout here for FURIA. As we'll have a look at these magnificent frags coming in from Staehr himself. So we'll have a look at the overall complexion of the buy for FURIA now. Of course, have to give it everything they've got, and they've invested with the AWP on Fallen, but he has no Kevlar, no utility to speak of. There's not a single helmet available for FURIA here, and no defuse kit, more importantly. So operating with no incendiaries on a map like Nuke, Jacob, this could be a lot of trouble.
It could be the last round of the game, unfortunately. FURIA will have to pull something out of the back. Decent buy, of course, as you said, but there's no utility. I want to see something from Fallen with the AWP.
He has to deliver. And this could be an opening frag for free. Indeed.
Now we get that right. Smokes down in yard, you get secret control, you can now slow down the tempo of the round, you can then again force FURIA to make a move somewhere on the map. Or, if you want to, and if they won't, then you just finish off with an execute where you split either the lower bomb side through ramp or you go inside again. Astralis right now have every single possibility at their hand. It's just about choosing, and for FURIA, either you have to do something to change that narrative, or sit back and wait and hope you're good enough to deal with it.
Well, they jump the gun into Fallen's orb.
It's rather tense. I've got a feeling that this won't be the foregone conclusion we're expecting. I feel like a few more twists and turns left in this round.
It's just up to the call right now, right? If they go into Fallen's orb, they have the chance to multi-kill, to play his fullback routes, right? Even if he gets aggressive, he can feed. There's a lot on the line in this fight, and Fallen misses his shot. The aim punch comes through. Yuri attempts to hold on. They might just be forced into ramp right now with that opening kill, with Staehr locking down the lower rotation. How the hell are FURIA meant to win this round? Device is still in door with the bomb right now, but they are feeding these active players of FURIA, digging their own grave.
Walking into the stack.
Oh, you're right. This gives the chance for K-Serato. He's got himself 23 kills so far. Coming in return and looking at the hut. It's actually all falling apart. 1 versus 1 now. Device scrambling down towards lower. Cello holding his heels. 42 points of help as well. Bomb will be planted, but he can just swing the door open. This has all gone horribly wrong. Can Device close things out? He does some damage here, but still needs to find the killing blow if possible. Brings out the AWP. Call as you like. It's going to be 2-0 for Astralis as they book themselves a place in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's a good feeling. And number 2 team coming into this group, the team we expected to see make it through. They will do so with the 3rd out of 4 spots available. Furia's chances are not up. They go down to a lower bracket loser final against Greyhound.